Welcome back to another flight video. I got some interesting news here. So I had to get long story short, I got a new laptop, but it's more of a gaming laptop. And the good news, its specs are better than my desktop, because the desktop's about 4.5 years old. But this one, so this is a new laptop. It's got an i7, 6 cores, and it's got a 6 gigabyte NVIDIA card. So it's a nice jump from my old one, which is like an i7, an old generation quad core, and only 4 gigabyte video card, which in 2016 was obviously ahead of the curve, but you know, time keeps moving forward. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to record some videos off the laptop, and this is actually gonna be kind of like the first one, a test video, and we're gonna see the performance. Now, I've seen a notable improvement in the performance. However, I'm actually testing out some more settings today. You know, I originally did on medium, worked great. When I did on full high, it was a little more dicey. So I kind of doing custom, because when I up the resolution, like on some textures and stuff, it was still fine. I decided to try mess around a little more with some shadows and lighting right now. But I'm hoping that it'll still be pretty smooth, and it should be a notable improvement from the older videos. And for this one, we're just going to fly around Toronto. I haven't done this yet. And we're just going to kind of fly around to see what's recreated. I'm curious if CN Tower's there. But anyway, we're flying out of Toronto's International Airport, Toronto Pearson International Airport. This is their main airport in Toronto. I would almost say Canada, but that's not entirely true, because, you know, Vancouver and I think Winnipeg or Calgary's got notable sized airports as well. Probably more so with Vancouver, because that's on the west side of Canada, and this is more the eastern side. But a good example, you know, this is like Air Canada's, I think, largest hub, you know, / headquarters here. And, you know, you got a lot of international flights, and major airlines like ANA, Japan, Korean Air all fly here as well, and the Euros. You still, I think a lot of them also fly to Vancouver, or at least the Asian airlines, but I don't know how many of the European airlines do. Well, anyway, so we'll fix that. There we go. Alright, anyway, we'll fly over the airport over here. Downtown is south, basically southeast from here. I'm actually, oh crap. I was turning that rapidly. Alright. So yeah, there's the international airport. As you can tell, it's not a handcrafted airport, it's just a generic AI, but that's the layout in the buildings and so forth. You can take one, you know, I think it's got 3 major runways. Let's slow this down. Alright. Oh, that's actually not it. I apologize. That's the main airport. I actually didn't realize they have this one in the center. Look at that. Interesting. Oh, yeah, but see, there's a... Here's C. That must be Air Canada's tag. AC Air Canada. But yeah, see, there's a plane arriving right now to Toronto. So, but anyway, so yeah, we have some of the graphics. Not high on everything. I was more focusing like on the textures and the grounds and so forth. And you know, I think hopefully it's probably a little hard to tell at night, but I didn't want to do like a night view. I haven't done too many of them, but you know, it looks better than the old one, that's for sure. Especially in the daytime, and the more important, like, it's running very smoothly still. And obviously I've had smooth flights, but there'll be like bumps at times. I haven't really had any bumps when I mess around with this game. So I'm very hopeful that when I record more videos, it'll be more smoother and it's stable, and you know, especially because, you know, I want to get back to do more of the Japan update. The big one I want to do, which it'll take a lot of time, but I'm kind of curious. They have like a flight you can do from like the southern islands, I think, to Tokyo. It's like a 2.5 hour, probably more like 3 hours if you really want to stop and see stuff. Journey. Haven't done that. Only, you know, that's a lot to commit. And trying to figure out like what's the best cruising altitude where I don't have to do much. Because I mean, really, you're just gonna be cruising altitude. Then when you get near sites, then you kind of want to mess around and so forth. So let's take a look at our map. Yeah, this is Toronto. Oh, hold on. I think it's Lake Ontario or is it Lake Erie? Maybe it's Erie, because I'm trying to... I'm gonna actually look this up. I apologize. I'm just thinking this now. Because I didn't really... This is not just... This is more just a goofy... More just kind of like fly around, enjoy type of video. This is not supposed to be... You know, like, I'm gonna have a lot of notes and stuff to talk about. It's just more just kind of doing a test video. Quick update. Let's see how it turns out. Alright. It is Ontario. Ah, Lake Erie is south of there. Interesting. Yeah, where Buffalo is. That's what I was getting a little confused. That's probably a Michigan living in the Chicago area, so that basically off Lake Michigan. See downtown up ahead. I do want to go to Toronto sometime. I heard it's a very beautiful city. Great culture, great food. I heard they have a very amazing kind of Chinatown and ethnic cuisine scene nowadays too. Yeah, so that's the airport we're going to fly into. Apparently it's a handcrafted airport. But we're going to fly over downtown Toronto first before I ask to land. There was actually an airport like that in Chicago one time. There was an airport really right off Lake Michigan, downtown. Not too far from Soldier Field and the Art Museum, so right in that area in the skyline. However, Mailer Daly at the time, or junior, not senior, didn't really want to get rid of it, so he said, like, eventually trying to get the permit stuff, he basically brought out bulldozers and put them onto the tarmac and started tearing it up. Like, not joking, that's what happened. Now, I'm assuming he didn't fully tear it up, so there were planes parked there, but basically told him to get out. Like, and that was the end of that. I don't know how he got away with that legally, to be honest, but, you know, since I think it was a city-run airport, then it was under his jurisdiction. It wasn't like it was run by, you know, U.S. government or anything. It was run by a little city, kind of like Chicago areas. And Midway. But, yeah, they used to have an airport just kind of like that right off of the lake. I got live weather turned on, so it's, like, partly cloudy. Weather's been really nice in the... Central and Eastern North America the last few days, so this really reflects what it is right now. I see, that's what I gotta remember to turn those off. Just get stupid stuff from Reddit. Yeah, that's an Xfinity Comcast board. Just like checking in some stuff with some issues I had in the past. Alright, so there's downtown. Alright, I think, is that the Rogers Center with the Blue Jays play? Probably a little higher than I wanted to be. Yeah, this is the Rogers Center. I can just tell from the shape of the roof. That's where the Blue Jays play. It's a pretty decent job right there. I don't see CN Tower. It's not a landmark, so... there it is, right there. They kind of recreated it, but then you have all these lights in the middle, which I'm pretty sure that's not exists. But yeah, I heard they got a really nice downtown now. Not now. I'm sure it's been nice, but you know, it's been a lot developed the last probably like 25, 30 years. You know, you just create the skyline of like the early 90s today. You see a lot more high-rise development. And, you know, even in Chicago, even though it's got a pretty famous skyline, it's really changed a lot. Alright. That looks like... Is that 24 or 26? I'm gonna pull up a map here on my phone. That's one thing they really need to fix, is how to read the numbers, like, so that way you can figure out, you know, kind of like what runway you want to go on. Alright, so that's a 26 is what I want. It is really, really dark. And I'm like losing my placement while going over the air. I can't even see my plane. This is actually going to be pretty interesting. I need to get back over so I can see. You know, that's what's one thing interesting. Some planes don't really have any lightings and others do. Like, obviously, you fly the Airbus 320 or the Boeing 747. It's got plenty of lights. When you fly like this little, like, propeller jet, it's pretty dark. Like, there we go. So, yeah, it's not really a tour. I just felt like flying a little bit, trying to pick someplace new that's got a cool little downtown skyline with lights, and I saw this airport right off the lake, so I thought that'd be a cool attempt to land. That's kind of, it's like this little park area going into the lake with soccer fields and stuff. Try and land this in first person. Not optimistic, but we'll figure it out. You know, I have this light. There you go. So I have a light turned on near me, so that made it a little harder to see. Alright, let's use that little computer monitor there, see if we got this. Now, good news, we didn't land in the water. Bad news, we might be coming in a tad hot. Ah, that didn't go bad. Turn it back on. Alright. I thought we selected a runway. Oh, well. So this is a handcrafted airport. And since there's no one here, we'll just wander off. Who cares? Yeah, kind of neat. I didn't know they had this little airport here. This doesn't really look well, I mean, that looks kind of handcrafted, but this doesn't. Oh, we'll just park here. That looks good. But anyway, yeah, so quick video, just a little over. No tour, just kind of doing a test, and you see it was very smooth and handled the lights and all the buildings and textures well. So I think some future videos are going to look really good on this. So anyway, I hope you enjoy.